Okay, hi. So this is my nation presentation. So to start, I named my country Spontalis, which is the Latin word for free will. It's a liberal society, so I did that. So the first issue that was brought up for me was compulsory organ donation. Basically, whether or not the government should control what happens to the human body or the organs of the human body post-mortem. And I think that the government should control the use of the human organs post-mortem, because it could end up saving so many lives, and it would help decrease substantially the waiting period on the transplant list. However, a transplant list would still need to be in place based on the severity of the need for the transplant and the reason of the transplant. So like, for example, if a child needs a bowel transplant and a liver transplant because of like a long illness, it would take precedent over an 80-year-old alcoholic who needs a liver. So it's a system, but I think that would be something that would be optimal, and I think that it's kind of selfish to keep your organs when you can save lives by giving them up. So my homelessness policy would be creating a system which is like a system for homeless shelters where people can like not only just like live and sleep and have somewhere to stay. There would also be means of them to better themselves. So they would be having access to like getting haircuts, and they would be job recruiters, or there would be general schooling that they need in order to help them get jobs and to help fight the homelessness, so they can get a job and they can earn some money and they can find somewhere to live. So my policy on discrimination is that businesses will not be allowed to discriminate against any individual for any of the following reasons: age, race, gender, physical appearance, religion, handicap, or sexual orientation. There will also be no wage gap between men and women providing the same services. My policy for poverty is it would be to put in place a welfare program that allows people who earn less than $20,000 a year to apply for a welfare program that provides aid to people up to 8 months. But at the end of 6 months, you have to submit what I'm going to call a proof of betterment that shows that the individual is actively trying to better their financial situation, whether that's through education or promotion. Sorry, I had to check if it was recording. I didn't know if it was recording or not. And so like it goes up to 8 months. So like if you're like low income, you can only have the aid up to like 6 months. And then if you're like unemployed or just like super poor, you can have the aid up to 8 months. But again, you still have to submit that you are bettering yourself and actively trying to get better. My prison system would be divided into 3 sections. The first section would be for those who have committed crimes but they can still be rehabilitated. So like people who don't commit like super serious crimes or like misdemeanors or like drug addicts and stuff like that. Even like manslaughter, like you can hope people can change from that. Then there would be, the next section would be those who can't be rehabilitated. That's like serial killers, rapists, pedophiles, terrorists, all that stuff. And then there's like in between crimes that have to be judged case to case, just because they're all different and there is a huge gray area, and that would be cases of like robbery, arson, assault, murder, and treason. The economic structure would be, there would be a tax change. The tax rate would increase from like 7% where it's at right now to like 15% for the middle and low class, and increase to like 30 or 35% for the upper and wealthy classes. In other words, we would increase taxes on the rich and distribute the wealth. But the thing is that your taxes, even though yes, you are losing more in taxes, those taxes are going towards paying for your healthcare and your schooling and your food and necessities, disaster relief, like your stimulus check, so stuff like that. The other thing I would do is I would legalize the use of marijuana, placing a sales tax on it, whether it's medical and recreational, and then I would increase the taxes on luxury items that aren't necessary to live, so things like cigarettes, alcohol, that sort of thing. Social engagement, we would have one event per month that encourages the community to come together, whether it be for like charity, like Habitat for Humanity, or just like community festivals, like a Pride festival, or like family festivals, art festivals, something that encourages people to go out there as a community, get together, encourages small businesses to go out there and really help boost community morale. My health and wellness system, because of the tax increase, it would allow the government to create a system of universal health care, which provides free life-saving health care to anyone. Of course, this healthcare system does exclude cosmetic surgery or unnecessary surgery. So boobs, boob jobs, facelifts, Botox, or even like if someone goes to the hospital and is like, take out my appendix because I'm not using it anyways. Like, no, you can't use your healthcare for that. So think of it like a giant like jar of money where everybody puts money in, and then that money now belongs to everybody, and whoever needs it can use it, and whoever doesn't need it doesn't need to use it. So there's that. Ooh, my bangs are doing something crazy. And then another thing we would do for health and wellness is we would just promote healthy living from a very early age in schools to children, and we create campaigns against obesity, smoking, excessive drinking, texting, and driving, because proper and sufficient education in schools for children promotes well living. It's kind of like the Tobacco Free Florida campaign, how that basically has eradicated cigarette smoking in people under the age of like 25. Of course, there's now juuling and all that stupid stuff, but like those kinds of campaigns that actually have found to be very effective. And I think that good education starts very early and from the beginning. Like that's not replaceable. Yeah, so that's my issues, policies, that sort of thing. I did type it all up, so I will submit the typed version as well, and the picture of the society. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.